Hello, welcome to Journal with me. It's New Year's Eve, um, and wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. We are finishing up um, another another journaling session today, and I hope that you are able to continue with your practice during this next coming year. Your practice of journaling for your well-being and um, for your healing. So, my name is Kathy Hampton. Welcome to Wellness and Healing Practices, Wellside Retreats, and I help women move away from what no longer serves them, and help them move to a place they can find where they can find peace, wellness, and healing, and move um, joyfully on their path. We usually am speaking to women who are 50 and over, but everyone is in any age bracket is included in that. So we get started here with first checking in with ourselves. Basically, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? How's your body, mind, and spirit doing today? If you are feeling good and great, that's great. If you are feeling mad or sad, gloomy, um, not well, that is okay. That is okay. You feel how you feel at the moment, and spend some time in that place, in that space. But it's really important to take the time to to make sure that you know how you're doing, so that you can address anything that uh, you need. If you go deeper and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? You might explore more self awareness in that practice of going deeper and checking in, being introspective, asking yourself the questions. Okay? So I'm going to give you a moment to do that before we move on with our journaling. Okay, now that you've checked in with yourself, go ahead and consider opening up yourself to uh, what would be considered, um, the this opening up to something new or different, or to today's practice, and that would mean that we would want to do a cleansing breath, right? And calm ourselves down to open up to to journal, to pray, to also consider, if you'd like, and if you have a practice of meditation, doing that. All right. So let's take 3 cleansing breaths, and we'll do so by closing our eyes. I usually take my glasses off and closing our eyes, or you can lower your gaze. And you'll have to excuse me. I have some kind of sinus issue where I might cough and may need to excuse myself. So I'm just giving you warning that you may not hear me. I'll put myself on mute if um, if I need to, so it won't disrupt your peace. So we're going to inhale through the nose, holding it for a second or two, and then exhale through the mouth. Okay, making sure you're seated straight. Your sits bones are on your seat or chair, or even on the bed if you're lying down. Inhaling through the nose, Exhaling through the mouth. Getting back to a natural rhythm of your breath. And again, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. One last round. Let's inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Spend some time maybe setting an intention for today's practice of free flow journaling, allowing our subconscious mind to upload and download onto pages what might be on our mind, what's in our heart, what's in our spirit, and our body. Allowing yourself to feel what you are feeling, not shutting it down, being honest as we move into this journaling session, this wellness practice session. Slowly, gently opening the eyes and raising the gaze if you need to, you want to. Okay. Getting back to the familiar room that you might be in, or if you're outside walking, that's even a greater place to be in nature, doing walking meditation, using the senses. Okay, if you have your journal with you, that's great. We sit in community. Usually here we have people who normally come and engage and put comments in the comments. So if you are seeing this for the first time and want to participate with any any message, just to say hello, I welcome you to do so. And you can type that in the comments. If not, that's fine. We're gonna begin our journaling with 15 minutes of journaling, actually, and then we'll return for reflection. And there may be someone from the community who would be here. If not, that is fine. If you come and you see this video after it's been uploaded, recorded, please leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing, what you intend to do as you move into the new year, and I'd appreciate that. Hello, Elle. Glad you could make it today. I think people are getting ready for the new year or traveling, but I'm glad to have you here with me today in community. Grand rising to you. So let's get started with our 15 minutes of journaling. And I appreciate um, you spending time for yourself. That is really what I enjoy, is that people honor themselves, because a lot of times we find ourselves honoring others. So it's really good when you hear someone is really wanting to honor themselves through whatever peaceful practice um, a good habit. Let's call it a good habit um, for themselves. So we use the Insight timers. It's an app, a wellness app, and we use the Ambu sound bowl to get started. You'll hear two chimes. Hello, Kim S. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. I'm glad you were able to make it for yourself and spend some time with me and the community. Um, so we're going to start with the Ambu sound bowl. You'll hear two chimes at first, and then after the 15 minutes, you'll hear the Sakya bowl. That will close out the 15-minute session. As I said earlier, if I am not talking when you think I need to be talking, it's because I may have a cough. I have my sinusitis is acting up, but we're going to move through it. I wanted to say Happy New Year and wish you a Happy New Year before we get into 2025. And no matter how I'm doing, I wanted uh, to spend time with you today. So let's get started with our 15 minutes on the clock, and I'll see you after the 15-minute session. Okay, I'll be with you with this after the 15-minute session. Okay. Right. If you've completed your journaling, great. We'll have a short reflection today, since it is um, time to prepare for our new year, whatever way you do that. um, if not, keep on writing or praying or sit in meditation. It's all right. Hello, Abba. I'm so glad to see you here today. Love and greetings to you as well. Yeah, glad to have you all here today. So I was um, I was just sitting writing in gratitude for today, but also just for another day. Yeah, another day is how I phrased it, and just feeling kind of the presence of goodness and God around me, the divine feeling of that I am uh, feeling protected and whole and happy. So really very grateful to be here now, happy now, present right now. It's really the very simple things that I wrote about, and wanted to talk about how, at the end of the year we tend to reflect primarily on accomplishments and or things that we have checked off our list to do, whether or not we have enough resources to make it through to the next year, right? Money or finances, or always doing checking the balance sheets, and that is good, that we can do that. So it's important to look back over the shoulder, I believe, but don't necessarily spend too much time there, because you've already been there. That's what I believe, and I'm grateful for all that has happened, good, bad, indifferent, the lessons learned. But it's now time to maybe turn around and look forward, um, at what is unknown. Um, and I won't call it necessarily the future, it's just what is unknown. Because the future is like right now, right? Every moment. And yeah, every moment, every second is the future. There's no real future, there's just the unknown. And maybe there's something called envisioning that we can create for ourselves, if you believe in your thoughts being powerful enough to create things for yourself, especially if you are one who is has been in the same place for a while, and not sure why you're there. But um, if you are there and you might want to move a little bit, you might want to start envisioning for yourself what you might want to see. So I'm in the process of writing an article about reflection and envisioning. I've drafted it, and because the concepts to me sound a little, they're hard to describe. And so putting them down on paper for others to understand has been a little daunting. Um, but I believe that if we can move ourselves away from what we don't want, and what's not serving us, that we can envision something greater for ourselves. We can maybe take that dream and get it crystal clear or clearer, right? That dream that we've dreamt a few nights ago or a few months ago or a couple years ago, and take that dream and really focus in and maybe paint the sky a different blue or make something a little brighter for ourselves, right? Taking that time to see something that isn't quite clear in the next few moments, minutes, hours, or days as we move into a new year, where dismissing headlines of what others believe is to come, well, we try making headlines of our own in the most positive ways that we can to uplift us and to keep us moving in the right direction for ourselves. And with our light, our determination to get to a place of peace, we can influence others by just being the best that we can be. And that's what I hope for in the next year, tomorrow. um, yeah. So that's really what I wanted to reflect on my writing, because this past year I saw a few months where I couldn't even envision. There was so much weight I was feeling, anticipation. There were some changes that had to have been made, and I didn't know if they were going to happen. And so I could not envision um, how I would be now until I sat still and decided that I needed to dream, continue dreaming the dream that I had set for myself. So um, that is my reflection for today. I, you know, if you haven't, if you use a calendar or if you've used up your journal, consider getting yourself a new journal or a new calendar. I have a a new calendar that I bought maybe 2 months ago here in Portugal, and it's black. But if I hold it that way, you can see 2025 on it, right? And it's kind of embossed in there. And they don't call these calendars; they call them agendas. um, that the word for calendar is agenda, and I bought it in Portuguese, and all of the words are in Portuguese. So I thought maybe I would do this in order to learn new words as I make entry into my agenda. And I like that they call it an agenda because it makes you feel like you have a program. That's the word, the definition in English, I believe. It's like you have a plan, a program that you would follow, right? So I'm going to be using my agenda to envision this year, and I already started envisioning. I'm going to start writing it down though, more and more. I wanted to you for you. Yeah, I will learn new words. Yeah, it's Portuguese, and I've been talking to Portuguese, um, either Uber drivers or people that I meet in restaurants and everything, coffee shops, and they talk about their own language that they know it's difficult for others to learn, but they help me along the way. I've been told that my pronunciation is very good, and they let me know that their language uh, is difficult for people to learn because when they speak the Portuguese, they don't open their mouth very much. So when you see it, their mouth is open slightly, but they're using the teeth and the tongue, and you don't see them shaping the mouth to form the words. And I kind of knew that, but I started taking a look at in English we use the whole mouth to make the words, and so it's very difficult to to see the words being formed when someone is speaking Portuguese. But they did say that the Brazilian Portuguese is so colorful and musical that you see the words being formed. And there's more facial expression when someone is using the um, the Brazilian Portuguese. So, and that they even said, that was true about the French and German, is that the mouth is very almost shut when speaking. So you have to really pay attention when you're at the grocery store or you're somewhere walking around and people are talking to you. You don't see, you don't you don't understand because it's very fast, but it's also no expression. It's kind of like a blankness. There's no real smile unless you're smiling. But in a business transaction, nobody's really smiling. They do say bon dia, and they give you a greeting, but it's not like us. Americans kind of are loud and we make faces. You know, so anyhow, wanted to share with you the the new book, the agenda, the calendar. But I also wanted to pose a few questions, coming from my ask journal that I have. It's just questions, um, for you to consider. You don't necessarily have to write these down, but to consider. And these pertain to this past week, but I want you to consider this past year in your reflection. Um, and I'll just read a couple of these and you can jot them down if you'd like. How would you rate this year on your own scale? How would you rate this year? Um, the next one is what were your main moods and emotions? We talk about the moods and emotions here a lot, especially when we check in. And so this year, what would you say were your main moods and emotions? It's a long time to think about, right? Go back, way back to January of 2024. Um, but I do remember. And if I were to go to my journal from back then, um, that would be really, you know, I could tell you, but I already know that I was feeling. I would rate this year if I had my scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna say it was a 7. No, I'm gonna say an 8. I'm gonna say an 8. And mostly my moods and emotions. Hmm. I was in good spirits, but I was also a little anxious. And I was a little pensive, thinking it's too hard, just too much thought. I was also tired quite a bit because I was working a lot at the beginning of the year for the first 6 months of the year. 6 months. I was working a lot. Yeah, I think thanks, Abba. I'll I think that I'll learn it is practical. I think my little calendar idea is good too. L, 4 or 5. Apprehension, anxiety were some main emotions. Okay, very good. So we're kind of, that's good. And it's good to be aware of self. If you can just be open to yourself, um, just aware of how you're rolling, what you're doing, that's good. But when you're blind to yourself, it's really not being honest with yourself, right? Yeah, yeah. Hello, Kay. Good to see you here. Yeah, good holidays. Yeah, quiet, peaceful. Oh, so peaceful. Made it all the better. Thank you, Kay. So, if you've rated your year and you know your main moods and emotions, that's good. Um, let's see if I have another one. This is a good one. What did you learn this year? Let's say, what did you learn about yourself this year? Mhm. Yeah. What did you learn this year? And the second part of that question is, what inspired you? People, activities, books, podcasts. What inspired you? So those are actually two different questions. I don't know why they put them. What did you learn this year? Okay, Kay says, I would say 5 or 6. I was mostly depressed off and on. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Kay, and being honest with yourself. 5 this year was heavy, but thankful I got through. Very good. Glad you made it through. You did make it through. So glad that you're here, but thankful you got through. Yes. Yes. Very good. This month I met someone who talked about themselves really, really in a negative space, and they didn't even know it. Talked, you know how we affirm ourselves here and speak highly of ourselves. They didn't know that they could do that. That they didn't feel comfortable saying the good words about themselves. And I basically shared, how you can affirm yourself and live in that moment of positive, powerful, uh, affirming ways, just by you saying the words, and then learning to believe those words, right? Believing in yourself, believing the goodness that you have within. And then it takes a while. And I hope this person actually does the work, that inner work, by affirming themselves. Our words are powerful. Uh, okay, I learned a lot about myself and how to get home to me. Awesome. Very good. Very good, Kay. Yeah. Familiar. Yeah, sometimes you have to go back and remember the person want to that you want to be now. That person that you knew but don't necessarily recognize now, but want to go go and greet that person and pull that person along, right? Sit that person inside and say, I am this person, not the person that I've become. Right? That's kind of cool. Pulling pulling that person forward. Right. Yeah. So if you can sit with that, maybe those questions will help you enter the new year remembering who you are, remembering how you might have rated yourself for this year, what you believe in yourself for this past year, and what you want to envision for yourself for the new year. And the new year could be now, just it's just moments. You can. I read somewhere where, yeah, it was a person I know back in Pennsylvania who after the elections said the new year is already here. I'm starting. I'm starting the new year today. I'm working. I'm envisioning what I want right now. Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool. Why wait around, right? Why wait when you can take the action now? And it's a step by step. It doesn't have to be this big giant leap. So try to sit with that for yourself. Be happy now and keep moving forward. And yeah, because it's all good. It's all good. Sit in gratitude and you'll realize and you'll know that it is all good. I'm grateful to be here now with all that may have come up and been heavy in your life. Try to shake it off and move forward with a new beginning and envisioning what life can be in the next few moments, minutes, hours, days. Okay. I plan on being here on Thursday. Okay. And that will be the 2nd of January. And being here with you um, to continue with this wellness and healing practice of journaling, but also to share um, more insights um, with you about healing practices, wellness, and what's planned for the new year. There will be a wellness and a journaling and meditation salon coming up next week, and I have to get the date for that. But that is coming. If you are able to attend, that is a Zoom meeting, and uh, then there is a workshop planned. And that's really about codependency and being able to say no to protect your boundaries. And we'll meet also in Zoom for that workshop, and that will go out this week, if not today, before the end of the week. I've had some some coughing issues and slowed me down, made me a little tired. Let's see, ABBA. ABBA rates this year 7.5. Oh, very good. A year of discovery and wonder. Yes, very nice, ABBA. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. Continue, my dear. Continue. How do you join? Oh, okay. Well, Kim, if you are on my email list, you should receive the information, and that will go out to people on the email list. And if you want, you can send. Let me put the I'll send you or give you my email address, and you can send me your, here it is. You can send me your email if that's easier, and I can put you on the list. Just say, please put me on your email list. Okay, info@wellsideretreats.com. That is the email address. And you can contact me there. I'll send you the information. Okay. It'll come out in the newsletter. I was hoping to get the newsletter the latest by today, the at the end of the year for the activities and things that are going on for the new year. All right. So just send me an email there and say put me on your list, and I can do it manually, or I can send it back to you by email. All right. And yeah, that's how we'll do that. Anyone interested in in joining those sessions. And there's usually, I'd say, maybe 6 to 8 people who end up showing up. And yeah, the timing is really it has been interesting since I'm on the in Europe, but I try to do it on Sundays around 5 or 6 o'clock, which would be 10 or 11 o'clock for me. But I rest up, and I'm able to do that. It's not showing for you. info@wellsideretreats.com. What's not showing? I don't understand. Um, yeah. Or if not, what you can do is go to my website, and a flash screen will come up, and the website is info@wellsideretreats.com. I'll put it in the comments. So info. So maybe you'll see info @wellsideretreats.com. There you go. It's not. Oh, I put it in on the screen, but I now put it in the chat. Thank you. Okay, and I put it in the I put it in the chat also in the comments. All right. Okay, y'all. I'm getting that tickle in my throat. I'm gonna have to get off here. But goodness, have a great new year tonight. I'm gonna be sitting here making some black eyed peas and greens or cabbage and cornbread is what I'll be doing. But I wish you a well, and I will see you on Thursday once again. All right. Peace and much love to you. All right. Bye bye.